What's the moment you knew your spouse's business trips weren't actually for work? Derek had been traveling for work every other weekend for 8 months. Always the same story. Client meetings in Portland, conference in Seattle, training seminar in Denver. He'd pack his leather briefcase, kiss my forehead, and promise to call when he landed. The calls always came right on schedule. Background noise of hotel lobbies, muffled conversations about quarterly reports. He'd text photos of bland conference rooms and mediocre hotel breakfast buffets. Everything seemed legitimate. I never questioned it because Derek worked in pharmaceutical sales, a job that genuinely required travel. His company had contracts across 3 states, and weekend work wasn't unusual in his industry. Plus, he always brought home the right conference swag. Branded pens, polo shirts with pharmaceutical company logos, business cards from new contacts. The first red flag came when I decided to surprise him. It was our 3rd wedding anniversary, and Derek was supposedly in Portland for a 2-day client presentation. I'd planned to drive up, book a nice restaurant, maybe extend his business trip into a romantic weekend. We'd been married 3 years, but lately Derek seemed distant. Not cold exactly, just preoccupied. Always checking his phone, always mentioning how stressful work had become. I thought a surprise visit might reconnect us, reignite whatever spark we'd been missing. I called his hotel to confirm his room number so I could send flowers ahead of my arrival. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but we don't have anyone by that name registered," the desk clerk said after checking twice. My stomach dropped. Maybe he changed hotels last minute? Derek was particular about accommodations. He preferred certain hotel chains, specific room types. I called the 3 other hotels he'd mentioned staying at during previous Portland trips. The Marriott, the Hilton, even the boutique place downtown he'd complained about once. Nothing. No Derek Castellanos anywhere. I sat in our kitchen, staring at my phone, trying to rationalize what I'd learned. Perhaps his company booked under a different name. Maybe there was some corporate account I didn't know about. Derek worked for a large pharmaceutical company. Surely they had special arrangements with hotels, but something felt wrong, really wrong. Then I remembered his work laptop. Derek always left it at home during trips, claiming company policy required him to use secure devices provided on site. But if he was really traveling for pharmaceutical conferences, wouldn't he need his normal laptop for presentations? The man lived on that thing during regular work weeks. I opened it. No password, which should have been another red flag. Derek was meticulous about security in every other aspect of his life. His browser history was clean. Too clean. Like, professionally scrubbed clean. But his email was still logged in. I scrolled through months of correspondence with his manager, clients, and colleagues. Meeting notes, sales figures, client complaints, training schedules, everything you'd expect from someone in pharmaceutical sales. Except for one thing. Every single business trip Derek had taken corresponded with days he'd called in sick to work. 8 months of weekend trips, 8 months of Portland conferences and Seattle training seminars, 8 months of lies. I printed out everything. Email timestamps, sick day requests, calendar entries. The pattern was undeniable. Derek would email his boss Friday afternoon claiming food poisoning or migraines, then text me from his hotel that same evening. My hands were shaking as I stared at the evidence spread across our dining room table. The same table where Derek had shown me brochures from his first conference, explaining how these weekend seminars would advance his career. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.